coach believed in it, our leaders believed in it, and us as coming up as future leaders believed that we had something special. We were going to do something for the school and our team because we practiced like that and we lived as champions.
You know, Lindsay's a fifth-year senior, and we've got Kristen and Mia, and just incredible talent, and all the expectations in the world after our previous year before, and just something didn't click.
We lost 5 games in the preseason, and for us, that was a large number of games to lose, particularly with a team that we thought was going to be one of the best Gaucho teams ever.
If you think about it, that is pretty much a rock star team. If you said, okay, you can start with a 6'8" center, I think most people would be pretty happy with that. And then maybe you fill it in with a 6'2" versatile natural scorer. Okay, then you take a point guard who's experienced, just handles the ball under pressure. Then you throw in a 2 guard and Mia Fisher, who can score in streaks whenever she wants to. And then you've got kind of the cleanup player in Brandy Richardson, and that's your starting 5. So then you take Elisa Willett, Karina Bonds, Jenna Green off the bench, and I'd say, yeah, that's a pretty darn good team. I think most people would have a hard time, turning that one down.
If we didn't give 100% at every single thing we did, whether it was on the court, in practice, in school, in our classes, I mean, I think we had someone there who's going to tap us on our shoulder and say, hey, you need to step up. And that season was just like, you would want to do great because you didn't want to hear it from, the captains that you weren't doing a good job. And we wanted to be the best.
As the season progressed, I think the players knew that something special could happen, and I think the fans were beginning to expect that to happen as well.
What ended up happening was we peaked at just the right time. We blew Idaho out in the Big West Championship game, really kind of got our angst, our frustration out of losing up at their home court.
We were so excited to get the pool to host the first and second round of the NCAA tournament. In our minds, we were going to win the first game, which was pretty tough.
Against Colorado, we got off to a good start, big lead, and we kind of just kept increasing our lead. And my teammates kept giving me a hard time because I was like, they're going to come back. This is the NCAA tournament. There are no blowouts. You have to be ready. And I think even it was under a minute, and I was still kind of like trying to keep everyone focused. And they were like, Lisa, we're up by 30. We're going to win.
Having that kind of team come in here to the Thunderdome, especially for the NCAA tournament, was just really exciting, and I think everybody was really pumped up for that, especially after the win over Colorado.
We definitely just felt like it was something we had worked for, and finally the basketball gods smiled our way.
We hadn't beaten a Texas team since I'd been there, and it was a big deal that they were standing in our way. We took it right at them, and I think I remember guarding a girl who I think missed a layup and touched the rim, and me being 5'6" and looking at coaches, and they're like, oh, it's okay, you got it.
We hit our stride, something clicked, and we were definitely playing the best basketball of the year by far.
They created some excitement, and that was fun to watch.
The long heave, and the Gauchos are going to the Sweet 16.
The first time in school history.
I remember the atmosphere. It was loud, it was raucous, it was a lot of fun.
I don't think very many athletes get to experience that kind of intensity of the fans cheering and how loud it was that my ears were actually ringing the next day.
To be able to play Colorado and then Houston for the right to go to the Sweet 16 in front of 5,000 fans here in the Thunderdome, I think that was the backdrop of lots of things coming together, kind of a perfect Gaucho storm that fueled us into the Sweet 16.
was definitely, I feel like, a David and Goliath, because here you have this little UCSB, this little, gaucho team who wasn't supposed to win in the first place, and really a mid-major, and all the hype surrounding a player like Diana Taurasi and all the other players that they had. I mean, there couldn't have been, I think, a more different matchup in terms of the types of two teams that you had playing in the Sweet 16.
Nobody better getting her own shot. Got it! It's a killer. She runs the shot clock down.
We didn't get the national title, but to be able to sit in a locker room after a game we lost to the team that ended up winning, UConn ended up winning the NCAA tournament and saying, hey, we gave our best, and that's something you could walk away with without any regrets.
When we overcame the difficulties that we had early on, we didn't lose confidence in ourselves. We kind of stayed true to what we believed to be the right way to do things.
They're definitely good memories, and they are very positive feelings that come up when you're thinking about when you put your entire life working on a specific sport, and to be able to end, first time for UCSB going to Sweet 16, it was a bit of a dream come true.